So this is about David. It's called A Big Shout for David. Jesus Christ, John. Jesus Christ. That familiar expression of exasperation. Let's just get on with it. Just do it. This is his message. His voice sitting on my shoulder, talking in my ear. And that's the way it will always be, because David will not die in my head. He will be a constant reminder to our collective conscience and our imagination. He'll be speaking to us in this sense. Any situation. Just ask yourself, what would David have said? Cut through the bullshit. Go for it. Look for the weakest link in the chain. Get going. Don't let the bastards grind you down. No meetings, no committees, no agendas, no deliberations. Let's just make it happen. 2 or 3 of us. Let's not ask permission. Let's go. How liberating. He was the grandson of Scotland's Tobermory bakery, Vancouver born and bred, amongst the forest and the mountains, and later he would play badminton to a Zen degree and exist, as he always did, in the zone from which he acted, always on the edge, always by instinct, yet troubled by his own past, by his demons who haunted his consciousness to the end, never feeling worthy enough, yet acting like a warrior. Every day is a good day to die. The warrior, afloat in deep ocean under a barrage balloon, carrying its cargo of thermonuclear force. What did he think in that small sailboat in the middle of an unending ocean, sitting under Shiva's revenge? How did he cope? It's given to us all to meet certain characters in our life. Yet I defy you to meet a finer man, outsider, warrior, poet, radical, godfather, father figure. He carried them all with grace, refusing to be interviewed, refusing to be celebrated, refusing to be a guru, stubbornly hanging on to values established sometime on some far mountain range, on some distant ocean when he was alone with himself, with the wolves, with the dolphins and the trees. And somewhere out there, he found the strength to be his own man to such an extent that he affected all our lives like a comet in the sky, like an earthquake in the porch, like a tsunami at noon, like a poet who stepped into our minds and toyed with the deepest levels of our thinkings. He made us all feel good about our need to change the world. He validated it. He made us feel special and right in ourselves in a way no one else could do because he was an elder. He inspired and exhausted us. He seemed to have a main line to primal values and energies. He craved recognition on some levels, but fought to avoid being subsumed into yet another media soundbite. He never ever gave in. He never ever compromised. He kept his eye on the far horizon. I have this vision of his body, wrapped in swaddling, with his totems surrounding him, snug inside a birch bark canoe, being launched out into the deep ocean where the angels smile. The cool wind blows him beyond the reefs where the mermaids play. His moustache is freshly pomaded, and there's a smile gracing his lips. His blue eyes are white now and unseeing. Of these bones are corals made, and he has gazed into the depths of distant oceans in a way that you and I will never know. And he brought back from Chernobyl a vision of hope because he dedicated his energy to the children, above all to the children of the most benighted zone on earth. He absorbed their radiation, cuddled them because his heart was the size of Kansas, and the torment that was his private life in many ways led him to seek restitution and recompense, peace of mind, by loving all the children of the world and fighting on their behalf for the planet itself in a way that was rare and beautiful. He discounted it himself and refused to be seen as a role model, a hero or an exemplar, but he was all these things. And we now all realise and respect and understand what he gave us in spirit, in flesh, in action, in desire, how much he taught us. And we have all been blessed by his presence, exasperated and energized by his spirit, transported by his torment and energy, driving beyond ourselves by the feelings he stimulated in our imagination. Yet he too was just passing through, skiing through this life. He imagined he was going to die, rehearsed it for many years. Yet like Dennis Hopper and Keith Richards, he appeared to be a man who could not die by normal means. And so death finally found him a familiar friend who had been sitting on his shoulders for years and with which he finally reached a sudden accommodation. Here is a man who had the guts to sit beneath a nuclear bomb, to go to Chernobyl, to risk arrest, imprisonment, who defied government single-handed but refused to set himself up, who remained stubbornly himself to the end. How much he loved us all. David was not a deity. He was not a genius. He was so stubbornly human, and that was what touched our hearts and will continue to do so. David cared. We care for him. We miss him. And now we must go on. He tried and fulfilled his journey that he mapped out one channel in the stream. And now I imagine him on his yachts in the Pacific, a relatively young man, his moustache preened, the sun setting on the ocean. He can smell the land, and he knows that firewalking ceremonies await. Yet for a moment, he stares at the stars and is truly alone, free in himself. He was always that way, untamed, uncaged, impossible, unbelievable, totally lovable, sadly missed, inspiring, hopeful, larger than life. So, let's raise a glass to a great friend who helps us all concentrate on the important things of life. Jesus Christ, John, let's just get on with it. Enough already, let's go and have a drink. David, bless your cotton socks and your mischief, your laugh. It's harder without you, but we bloody well get on with the job. And I know you'll be watching, sitting on our shoulders, whispering in our ears, just do it.